To this one all morning long, and I think 7:40 is about the right time to get into some Scotch this morning. Grand Crew from Bushwhacker Brewpub is here. We're talking about the Scotch tasting event that's going on this Saturday at Bushwhacker, the 25th anniversary. This thing has a rich history in this city.
Indeed. We really wanted to do something special for the 25th anniversary, so all the scotches this year that have been specially imported into the province for this event are at least 25 years old or older.
Wow, so the youngest one was made when I was 1 year old. I like the sounds of that. So let's talk a little bit about Scotch for maybe people who don't know a lot about it. We're talking about single malt.
Single malt whiskey.
And when you're tasting these things and you're adjudicating these things like you do at a Scotch tasting event, what are you looking for? What makes Scotch so good?
Well, the two key things are the aroma and the flavor, obviously. We look at things like color as well. And of course, we're going to have special, this is actually a Glencairn nosing glass. So this is designed so that you can actually swirl the whiskey and it's going to funnel all of those vapors into your nose. Okay, so it's very important what you're smelling. And then of course, the tastes associated with single malt Scotch are, well, in this case, these are absolutely explosive. Very, very complex. And we find that as the whiskeys age, they just develop more and more complexity and depth. And this is definitely something you're not going to tip back. You want to sip at it, draw on it, and every time you take a sip, you're going to be experiencing some amazing.
That sounds great. Now let's talk a little bit about whiskey. It seems like we've seen in the last few years a kind of a resurgence of Scotch and other kinds of whiskey. Have you noticed that yourself as well as far as attendance for the Scotch tastings?
I wouldn't say in the last few years. I would say for the last 20 years. The number of people that are attending our Scotch tastings are growing all the time. It's selling out faster and faster. I'm hearing from the different distillery reps that the distilleries are having a hard time meeting global demand, so they're having to do different things in order to sort of hurry up that process, but they're also being very creative and they're always releasing new finishes and new examples of their single malts. So that's really great for us because we've presented 150 single malts now and we've never had to repeat. So it's great. There's always something new, so we're all learning all the time.
So you're always going to have something different. Now talk about the ones we've got on the tables. These aren't bottom shelf Scotches at all, are they?
Definitely not. We try to pick some single malts that represent the classic regions of Scotland. So we have some lowlands, obviously some from Speyside, we have a Highland, and everything from, well, 25 years all the way up to 46 years. Prices of these bottles, you're looking anywhere from, say, 125 all the way to, well, almost $500 a bottle for the Gordon right here. That's the one you wanted to try.
That's the one I wanted to try, coincidentally enough.
Imagine that.
So we're getting into Christmas season now. In my family, we're always buying Scotch for somebody in the family. What kind of tips do you have if people are going to the store, maybe they don't know what they're looking for a Scotch lover in their family?
Well, it's good to find out what kind of Scotch this person is going to like. Do they want something really aggressive and peaty? Do they want something nice and mellow? We do have a nice selection of single malts within the Saskatchewan Liquor and Gaming Authority, but Willow Park Wines and Spirits, they're very knowledgeable. They have an even larger selection of single malts, so I would recommend going to them and talking to the experts.
You certainly got to do a little bit of homework.
You do, yes.
Yeah, okay. Now, let's talk about one last thing with the Scotch is, depending on where it's made, is how it's going to taste. Is that right?
Yes, the location of the distillery will have a profound effect on the whiskey itself. If you have a distillery that's located on an island or on the coast, you're going to get a lot of that sea air and the salt and the iodine and the seaweed and the brine, which some people absolutely love. And if you have a distillery that's in a mountainous region where the water is flowing over granite, you're going to have a cleaner, softer whiskey. And of course, the lowland whiskeys, they're very gentle and soft and even a little bit fruity, so more of a gentler introductory Scotch.
Lots of stuff to talk about. Now, the Scotch tasting this weekend is sold out, but if people want to come check you out, they can always come check out and have some Scotch on any other day of the week. Is that right?
Right. We have a very large selection of single malt Scotches. Chances are, after the Scotch tasting is done, which should be around 10 o'clock, there may be some little wee drams in the bottom of each bottle, so I know there's going to be a number of people coming down trying to get some. And we do have a few people that have not been able to attend the event due to certain circumstances, so we do have a few tickets that are still available, but that would just be a private purchase between that person and the other person that wants to.
That sounds good. Well, I appreciate you coming in. I'm going to give a taste test. Almost 8 o'clock. I can give some Scotch a whirl. But coming up on the morning news, we're going to go from Scotch to 50 Shades of Grey. The movie is getting closer to hitting the big screen. We'll tell you what producers are saying.